We're gonna get started in about one more minute, and yeah, super excited. It's a love and hate relationship with doing live. So I really hope you guys do get entertained, and if you guys have any links or anything in specific that you guys would want to talk about, let's go ahead and drop them in the comments.
Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Hoy no más.
We are freaking live. We are live. I don't know if I chose the best day or the worst day to come on live. I know it's a holiday weekend and a lot of people have things to do, but I'm just like I was mentioning, it's a love and hate relationship doing lives. It's so nerve wracking. Before I even started doing lives, it was all like, oh man, no editing. But the thing is, you have to do all the editing and planning for your live prior to doing your live, right? So before I was like, oh man, I want to do live so I don't have to edit, but no, I might say it's similar work doing lives uh, to actually editing a podcast post production. So the difference here is I have to prepare before my live, and on the podcast, I just kind of like almost wing it with my guest, and then I do the post editing and post production afterwards. But anyhow, long story short, welcome to Nomas Podcast Live. As always, I always drop this number here. If you guys are new to the channel, I always have this number here. I eventually want to have people calling in. So far, I think I've only had two people call in maybe in the past, but this is open in case you guys have any questions. If you guys want to talk about a specific subject that I've touched in the past, have any questions, so on and so forth. I just want to create these lives and make it just a conversation with all of us. I know I talked to a couple people before getting on the live to see if they were going to be able to make it so we can have a conversation, but I think everybody was busy. But long story short, we're here. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, whoever is tuning in. Also, aside from that, it's I don't know if you guys saw in the title of the live, I put no more podcast. To be quite frank, I missed last week for my podcast, and I hate missing. But right now, Chelo had mentioned, I'm getting out of focus. There we go. Chelo had mentioned that she's kind of trying to stay away from doing podcasts for a little bit of time. She gets into the mood of not wanting to do any content creating, and it's totally fine. The whole podcast thing, it's my, I guess, project. I've had the talks of with other people, like, hey man, let's make it into a team effort. I still haven't found that team yet, so I can continue having that group effort and collaboration on doing weekly episodes. So right now, at the end of the day, it's, I guess you can say, it's my project until I find somebody that's fully like dedicated to the podcast. It's very hard now that I don't have Chelo like doing my podcast, because it makes it so easy here that we live together. I have the studio here in the backyard, so it makes it super easy with having her. But I have to respect her, I guess, her option and opinion to not wanting to come on into the podcast, at least temporarily. So I missed last week. To be quite frank, I haven't recorded anything for tomorrow, for next week's episode. So I still need to record that. So I'm behind an episode. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to upload an episode for this upcoming Wednesday, but we shall see. Long story short, I don't want to, I just don't want to be pushing out content just to push out content as far as the podcast goes. More than anything, it's the lives here. If I make a mistake, if whatever, at the end of the day, it's a conversation here. So yeah, that's how I want to treat the lives. And then another thing, before this is all pre the freaking, I have a couple videos that I'm going to be reacting to, so on and so forth. But I'm just kind of filling you in on what's going on my personal, like, behind the scenes. Another thing too, I think there was, and it was very small, right? I, at times when I have a full podcast, I'll clip out the podcast and I'll make it smaller sections from the full podcast, maybe like 8 minutes, and give its own thumbnail, so on and so forth. And there was this one guy that I'm not gonna repeat what he said because it kind of got to me. But then, like, I even started questioning myself on like whether or not I should even continue doing the podcast. I know I am gonna continue. Obviously, I'm doing it right now, But it got me thinking. He said something negative, like, "Oh, this guy, like, well, why is he even doing podcasts, right?" And I can understand a lot of people why they don't like to put themselves in front of a camera or even to make content. Why? Because many times we are so consumed and so worried about being criticized, right? One of the main things is, if you make a mistake online, if you say the wrong thing, if maybe a face expression you weren't expecting to make, but maybe you laughed too much and I don't know, your teeth exposed too much, or I don't know, maybe you had something in your face and you're like, man, we're too self-conscious, and now somebody points it out, it makes it so much worse, right? So this person said something like that in one of the comment section. I'm like, man, this guy's freaking right. But it got me kind of like shaking up a little bit. But I'm like, you know what? It's only one person. He actually has a YouTube channel. He has a lot less views, and it seems like he's trying to build up his channel as well. But the thing is, like, why be so negative into somebody else that's trying to do the same thing as yourself, right? So it got me thinking that, man, so many this is the reason why a lot of people don't put themselves on camera, because just comments like that. But at the end of the day, I know, and I'm just documenting my progression by doing lives, by talking to myself in front of this camera right now. There might be only like maybe three. I've seen like 3 or 4 people like come into the live, but at the end of the day, it's me just talking to the camera, unless there's somebody calling in or dropping a comment that we can start this conversation, right? So I'm just documenting my progression and challenging myself to be able to talk and hold a conversation kind of at the end of the day with myself. It's very, very hard. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit more of what happens behind the scenes. Right now, the baby was sleeping. I was even questioning whether or not I wanted to do this live, just because I was like, man, maybe I should just hang out with my daughter and with Cello, but the baby was sleeping. I asked Cello, hey, is it okay with you? At the end of the day, I want to succeed, and it's for them ideally. Like, my I still can't comment on your YouTube shorts. What the heck? But one of the main things, I'll bring out the comment right now. But one of the main things, obviously, if I succeed, it's going to be for them. So taking like an hour or two from their day and me spending time with them, at the end of the day, is for them. Like, whatever success I get, it's going to be for them, right? So yeah, so I decided to end up doing, I want to continue doing these every freaking Sunday. And with that being said, like I said, I might not even drop an episode this upcoming Wednesday if I don't have a guest. But here I see, let me see. I see Mr. Yak Yak. I still can't comment on your YouTube shorts. What is there something popping up that you can't comment or something? Because I've seen other comments on YouTube shorts. Can you comment on the actual YouTube? You are able to comment on the actual YouTube videos, right? And we have the Cello. We were just talking about you. Can you see my comment or not? Yes, I can see your comment. I was just telling the people that you don't want to come. You don't want to come into the podcast, and respect their opinion. And until you're ready, babe, like, I know with this, you're going to tell me whenever you're ready. But yeah, I can see your comment. So if there's anybody else that wants to drop a comment, feel free to do so. But yeah, long story short, man, like I said, it's a love and hate relationship with doing lives, because it's a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie, I did take like 3 shots just so I can like loosen up a little bit. So this is all behind the scenes. That way you guys know. That way you guys know, like, oh, why is Angel so fluent, or why, like, he makes it look so easy. I don't know if it comes across that way, but at least I feel a little bit loosened up after I drink like 2 or 3 shots, so I can like feel better. If not, I would be a mess. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Let me see. Yes, just not shorts. I can reply to other comments. Oh, that's freaking weird, man. maybe YouTube banned you or something. I don't know, bro, but yeah, let's figure that out. I appreciate you tuning in. I actually didn't think you were actually gonna make it, so I was like, oh man, this sucks. But having you on makes me feel better, chill as well. So yeah, we're about to get started. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, I drop an episode every Wednesday, whether or not it happens this upcoming week or not, and lives on Sunday 8 o'clock. Today I did it a little bit later, 8:30. But all right, let's get started. So right before I hopped on live, there was this video that literally popped up, and I was like, man, this is exactly who I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be this woke later on in life. Check this out. Yeah, so so apparently it almost seems like a joke, right? And all the comment section, this one got like 63,000 um likes, but I think the majority of the comment section was taking it as a joke. You can see some of the comments that they're saying, what are they saying now with their boss? You know what I mean? Like, obviously because he's so connected and in tuned with the stars, the universe, and people are taking it as a joke. But we're gonna dive into something else after I read some of these comments. They're saying that shot reaching to the sun was biblical AF. I agree. So somebody actually took a screenshot of the him reaching out to the sun and made a little picture of it. He's downloading the answers to the universe. That's exactly how woke I'm trying to be. And I feel like I want to say something, but I think he already knows. So the freaking the freaking internet has no freaking chill with all of this, right? Um, but to be honest, before I even this, like I said, this video popped up like just randomly and right before I did the live. And there's to believe it or not, there's a lot of benefits when it comes down to having copper pyramids. And let me show you guys a video of this.
So did you know, aside from all the archaeological pyramids around the world, that you can devise and make your own meditation pyramid? Meditation pyramids are amazing because somehow you can reap the same benefits as you would from a life-size pyramid. Many people aren't aware, but pyramids are amazing. When you face them exactly on the north-south axis, and then you place an object exactly 3/4 of the height inside of the pyramid, a variety of cool things can happen. For example, some people have been known to put batteries in there for a week or so, dead batteries that come back charged. Some people have actually put food that after a few days normally would rot, but it's actually...
So I don't know if you guys caught that. He said there's been people that put batteries inside of copper pyramids, and after a couple of days, the batteries are fully charged. I think in 2 episodes back, we had, I think it was an episode with Cello that we saw where there was a little baby girl that she was holding on to her father's some sort of electrical equipment, and she stepped onto the ground, onto the floor barefoot, and her whole the electrical equipment just freaking it rised up, right? And you can see how much energy by her stepping on the ground barefoot was producing. So now if they say that copper is very I guess it enhances all that energy from earth and from the ground and all that. So who knows, maybe somebody here can give that a test. And I have other videos where people or I've seen other videos where people put copper rods into their vegetables and it enhances their growth, and we'll get into it right now.
Actually still fresh. Other times people have gone as far as putting a razor blade inside for almost 4 to 6 weeks that's dull, only to come back and discover that the razor blade has been sharpened. So the mysteries of the pyramids continue to elude us, but they're there and they are accessible to us all. Check it out.
So I didn't get to see
did
some
you
of the
know-
comments, so let's see some of the comments, what people are saying. and not a lot of comments. So okay, how do we make these copper pipe? Do dimensions matter? Need the details, please.
From all the archaeological pyramids around the world that you
Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of comments on this one, but I've seen it in the past that people do the copper rods into their vegetable gardens, and I'm out of focus a little bit. There we go. And they're able to enhance their produce. Check it out. Let me see if I can find something.
Electroculture gardening. Have you heard of it? It's saying that if you put this copper down into the ground next to your plants, it feeds off the electricity from Mother Nature and makes your plants grow even stronger. What do we think? Is this going to work? I grabbed a box because I'm so intrigued by it and by other people that have shown that their plants did get bigger. You come with a box of 10, they are 10 inches tall, and you're simply going to set it down about 2 to 3 inches down into the dirt next to the plant that you want it to grow, and we're going to see if this works. Electroculture.
Yeah, so I think there is a lot of benefits. Obviously, a lot of people were just clowning at that guy with the pyramid on his head, but I'm sure that I mean, who knows if he's actually receiving messages from you know interdimensional beings out there. But yeah, it's not. It's all of this is real. Let me see, Mr. Yakak, what he's saying. He's saying in Mexicali, used to put regular batteries on the window with the sun hitting them, and they will charge. Yeah, you see, and so all of that. To be honest, freaking all of this, the world, the earth, already we have everything we need with God's creation, right? But unfortunately, the elites, the powers that be, they make everything so people in society can purchase everything, right? But in reality, everything is free. But we've lost that knowledge on how to use the earth and God's creation for our day-to-day living. So yeah, I'm sure all of this freaking it's real. Like, I don't disregard it at all. I personally haven't tried any of this, but maybe at one point we should try it. Like, even like, I think in the past I've talked about this in particular in Chelo. I don't know if you're still here, but it's crazy, right? And Chelo, if you're still on, don't get mad. But in our backyard we have an orange tree, right? It gives a lot of freaking oranges, and then it's happened that Chelo's parents at times they'll come and they'll see the oranges, and especially Chelo's dad will go and grab like 3 or 4 oranges, and he starts like peeling them, and he starts eating them. He's like, oh man, they're super delicious. Now a couple days prior or after, I'll see Chelo actually purchasing oranges with a nice little sticker on the orange and nicely bagged and everything. Like, what the heck? We have oranges in the backyard, but the thing is, and I don't blame her, but because society has been has accustomed everybody that you have to go and buy all the produce from the store when we can grow all of these different items here, right? From our own backyard. But a lot of this knowledge and a lot of these practices get lost because it's so easy for us just to drive up the street, pick up our stuff, and come back home and like that. We don't have to put any work when it comes down to that. Well, we do, right? We go to our 9 to 5 and obviously are there 8 hours a day, like making money in order for us to survive. But at the end of the day, what if at one point, instead of, putting all those 8 hours, why not grow our own fruits and vegetables and work less for other people, right? But yeah, so yeah, that's sorry, Chill, if I put you in blast, but it's happened. Let me see what Chill is saying. Have you not seen those TikTok videos about drinking water from a copper bottle? I guess it's supposed to, I guess it purifies naturally the water you drink from, allegedly. Allegedly. Yeah, we should try that out. Yeah, I'm sure, man, there's so many different materials here in this earth that we just don't know what the benefits are. All right, there's a reason why I believe the pyramid itself used to have the top of the pyramid, it used to have a gold cap on the very top, and it got removed. And they say that gold is very conductive to energy and frequencies. So yeah, I don't doubt any of this. I think all of this is just knowledge once again that we've lost, and they want us not to know how to use it to its full potential. But yeah. So now the next clip I'm going to be getting into, I used to think one of the first reasons why I got into conspiracies was because I saw the whole 9/11 incident, right? When the two airplanes hit the two buildings, and I thought that's how I first started getting into like researching like through the internet when the internet first came by. And I remember back then, they, instead of obviously sharing a link, sharing a video, they were actually burning CDs for people to like really know what happened in that 9/11 event, right? So I thought that was one of my first like conspiracies. But I just came across this video of Bigfoot, and I think Bigfoot is one of the most freaking, like, number one, I guess I would want to say, conspiracy out there, aside from like UFOs and things like that. And yeah, there's so many freaking stories, legends about Bigfoot. And I came across this video I had never seen before. But in this video, you guys are going to be able to see that Bigfoot was caught hiding, pretending to be a bush. Check this out.
It's a creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
At this point, I can no longer see him. But if we go back a little bit, you can easily see him where he squats down. I'm going to see if I'm able to zoom in a little bit. Check this out.
It's a creature. Alright, just squat it down.
Right there.
Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
So he's right here in this area. But people were even saying that he was able to blend in with the bushes, similar to when an octopus is able to like camouflage to its surroundings. It's very, very hard to depict a Bigfoot. And we'll check out what the comments are saying. But yeah, I don't know how realistic this is, but why would anybody be walking around in this remote area and just, with this freaking suit? Obviously it's hot out there. It looks very dry, and out of nowhere this person is just gonna be wearing this Bigfoot suit and just waiting for somebody to record him. So check this out. I'll play one more time.
It's a creature. Alright, just squat it down. Yeah, let me see your camera, I'll do it.
So let's see what the comment section are saying. So they're saying, this one is real. People say there's a man that puts on a Bigfoot suit and walks all the way out there just to spook passengers on the train, but that sounds less believable than it being real cryptid. So I agree. I agree that what's more realistic, actually Bigfoot walking by just randomly, or a man taking the time out of his day, putting on the suit on this dry freaking area just so people can record him? I don't know. He literally changed the camouflage with clothes. Zoom didn't work. So who knows how old this video is, but they're saying like, oh, why couldn't you zoom in to actually like catch a better image of this being or this creature? Totally real. In high school, we used to put ghillie suits on and walk across back roads in Washington, I believe. As cars were coming by, we'd hunch over and walk all funky. So who knows? Nowadays, to be quite honest, who knows what to believe, what not to believe. It's very hard nowadays. I'm not going to lie. It's very hard to depict what's actually real or not. But I never disregard anything similar just to anything, right? Unless I've been there physically and seen it with my own eyes, or touched it or like sensed it, then I can't disregard it because I truly not know. Even freaking history, right? How many times has history been rewritten, or they've said other things that weren't factual? We just don't freaking know, right? At the end of the day, we have to get out of our, you know, programming and use our common sense, because at times we get so consumed with everything we've been told that we forget to just look at things just rationally, you know? So yeah, but let me see if you guys are saying anything else on the comment section. Let me see. There are rare times I've gotten oranges from the tree that haven't been good. Están agrias, and then eventually I just forget we have them there. But you see, but your dad has said, "Oh man, they're freaking good. We're gonna try this time around." There's the oranges actually growing already, so we'll try them out. We'll try them out soon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this Bigfoot um, video. I for sure don't disregard it. I think there might be a possibility this video is actually real with the actual Bigfoot, especially that in the woods, so many different things, so many people get lost in out in the woods and the mountains. Maybe these creatures are very good at hiding out, and they know, obviously if they live in the woods, they know the area better than any other human being, right? And that's their habitat. So yeah. Aside from that, moving on to and actually piggybacking to what we were saying right now, that everything we've been told, who knows how factual it is or not. I have this video. Um, let me see. Let's see what Chill is saying. Was this in the Appalachian Mountains? I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not sure. But to be honest, yeah, with that being said about history and what we've been told or not, I'm not sure if you guys have seen this. I know we've talked about this in the past, and there's, I think the what we've been told in school was that stars are gases, right? We've been told that stars are gases, and they're just so far away that you're able to see them kind of like shining back and forth. And for me, it never made sense so how a gas can have some sort of shape and have these effects and different lights. But looking at these videos right now, these videos make more sense than stars actually being gases. So here, let me show you guys this video, and stars are not what we've been told.
Here we have a bowl of water, the sun and some black glass. This is the same effect you see when looking at the stars through a telescope or zoom camera. The stars are set in the firmament, and the waters above are behind them. Now look.
Okay, so this in particular, they're saying that in the firmament, obviously there's light and reflection from the water, from the ocean, and it's reflecting to the enclosure, to the dome, and that's when you're able to see the stars.
Now look at some clips of stars and tell me they don't look the same as this.
So apparently this is Venus, and it has the same effect, the same almost look to what this guy had, like literally a bowl of water reflecting to this black, I don't know, like piece of cardboard or whatnot. So I truly believe this more than stars being gases, right? Then and at the same time, I've also seen that in I think it's even biblical that there is a firmament, and that even old maps from ancient, they used to have some sort of enclosure over this earth, over this world. So it makes more sense that this would actually be more factual. I'm not saying it is, but it makes more sense to me. Um, Also, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that whenever they're in space, everything looks pitch black. But why would it be pitch black out in space when, if you're already out in space, the sun is a lot closer? So shouldn't everything be brighter out there? So it just, there's a lot of, maybe I just don't know. And maybe I'm not into like, too in science and everything that NASA says, right? But it just doesn't make sense, right? And that's the point where we have to think of, using your common sense and just putting your own twist and beliefs in it and thinking outside of the box. I'm out of focus again. I think it's focusing on the sign. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Fuck, it's focusing on the sign again. Sorry. There we go. It is what it is. I think I had the same issue last time. I think it's the sign. It's a little too bright, and it catches the sign rather than my face or the mic. Let me see. Oh, fuck. Why? There's always something going on lives, but maybe I need to get a new lens. Anyways, but let me know what you guys think when it comes down to these theories. Do you guys believe there's a firmament out there, or is this world completely flat? Is there more land out there than what we've been told? Some people think that there is an ice wall at the end of, or at the edge of this earth, this land, out in Antarctica. There's so many theories out there, and I just keep an open mind to all of this. I don't disregard any of this. I think like me, if you were to ask me, I strongly think there is a dome out there, because how is the space going to be completely pitch black, but our vision of the sky is blue? That's never made sense to me. And then whenever you see pictures and videos out in space, it's completely pitch black, but the sun is closer to space. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So many questions, but anyways, so that was the reflection of stars. And obviously this person had this like high-tech freaking telescope that you're able to see other planets. Now I saw the same thing with the moon, right? And so they also say that the moon is a reflection of the earth. Check this out.
Yo, so is this not what people have been seeing in the sky? Anyway, this gets actually a lot crazier. This is not why I'm trying to show you this, but this part does look like some shit that's been flying around when people zoom in. But wait till I do this. Hold on. I just came out to see how much water my sheep has drank. That's what I do. I check on them like that. So you see how this is? Just wait. Just hold up till the damn thing stops. I had seen a video of a dude saying that the moon is a reflection of the earth. And I forgot about it till I just walked up and did this. Look at that. That looks like the moon, bro. You see those waves going across? That sometimes happens. And people that know me are going to...
So I don't know if you guys caught that. He said sometimes when you look at the moon, those waves happen, right? You can almost see some sort of waves or water going through the moon. And I'll show you guys a video right after this that depicts that. And I'll show you what he's talking about, that there's waves in front of the moon. But yeah, this looks exactly how the moon, or how we see the moon out in the sky.
Are gonna be like, dude, Alex lost his mind. But I've always been like this. I just don't say it out loud. Look at that. That's the moon, man. On a flat surface with dry land showing on the shadows. Craters, whatever. Those ain't craters, it's dry land, dude. I mean, I can't say for sure, just like nobody's been in space to prove that we can go to Mars. I can't prove that this is the moon, but hey.
Man, I just realized there's like two audios playing at the same time. Audio of the videos like peaking by any chance? Because I just noticed when I was playing the video, I was getting two different sounds at the same time. Hopefully you guys were able to listen to everything good. Man, I just saw that. That sucks. Anyways, let me show you guys the next video. So there's a content creator that he actually records the moon like super zoomed in, and he's actually going to showcase the full moon where you can see the wave of the water.
Have you guys gone out tonight and checked out the moon? We're just over 24 hours away from the full August sturgeon moon. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna show you it through a telescope. Whoa, okay, dim, way down. We're gonna zoom in some spots. Let's see what left is to wax over. Look at that. How cool is that? It's just a little bit left down there. It's so close to full. There's my favorite crater, that bright one, right in the middle. There's Plato crater right there. Whee! Let's get some of Tycho down here. That movement you're seeing, that's Earth's rotation. A lot of people ask me about that. Yeah, that's Earth rotating because the moon orbits Earth in the same direction we spin.
There. I don't know if you guys are able to
faster.
I don't know if you guys are able to catch that, but you can see the waves passing through the moon.
Then the moon's orbiting, so we're really pulling ahead of the moon.
There. It happens very slightly, but it's very similar to the other guy's video that when he was lighting his flashlight to this bowl of water, in the reflection you were able to see the waves passing through. So it was very similar to when this guy is zooming in with his telescope of the moon. And they say there's been other people where they take the image of the moon and they put it next to Earth, and they say that all these dark spots of the moon, it's completely a reflection of the Earth. Not sure how factual it is, but I've seen plenty of different pictures and videos out there that depict that. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick. So the moon is a reflection of Earth. Let me see if anything pops up. So if you guys Google it, you guys are going to be able to see all of this, right? Supposedly this is what they're talking about, that all these dark spots, you see this other image where all these dark spots, it pretty much, if you were to like put it against each other, everything would match like this. But yeah, obviously I haven't taken the time to do this, but that's what people say out there. So who knows? Honestly, the reflection to me makes more sense than everything else, so that the moon is like hundreds and thousands of miles away, but yet again we're able to see it, and at times we're able to see clouds like super close to the sun, or I don't know, there's so many like eclipses happening. All of this doesn't make sense, but yeah, just I like to think outside of the box. So yeah, I still don't see any comments that everybody's alive there. Have you guys fallen asleep? Sorry, man. Sorry. I'm still trying to improve my lives. It's a learning curve. So hopefully you guys, hopefully I haven't put you guys to sleep yet. You guys are more than welcome to call in whenever you guys want. But anyways, this next clip, it's nothing with dealing with conspiracies, and we can dive back in conspiracies. But this next video that I saw is a man created a small city for cats. Hold on, I'm out of focus again, and I'm planning to clip this out. So let me get into. There we go. So a man creates. Man, I'm out of focus again. Sorry. You guys are seeing the behind the scenes. I plan on clipping this out, so I want to make sure that I'm in focus. I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus. Ah, there we go. So a man created a small city for cats.
What do you think of the sky I made? Let me be clear, this is not AI. It's taken me 3 months to complete.
So I don't know, when I first saw this video, I don't know if you caught that, but he was actually able to like move the sky. Check this out.
What do you think of the sky I made? Let me be clear, this is not AI. It's taken me 3 months to complete my new cat town.
This is the part that I was like, what the heck? So you can actually see the size of the cat in comparison to the building.
We've worked hard to create a complete urban environment for the cats, so they can see the human world built on their scale. Hello everyone, I'm Xing. So many people enjoyed the cat subway video, it went viral in China and around the world. Despite showing the details of how it was built, a lot of comments still thought it was made by AI. In the future, I'll definitely show you more of the construction process so people can see that we are not faking it. In today's video, I'm going to show you the fast food restaurant I recreated just for you guys. The name in Chinese translates to Meow Donald's. Tutu
Meow Donald's. This guy even created a small freaking Tesla truck for his cats, or for somebody's cats.
And Mr. Nice are coming over for dinner soon. But before they arrive, let me show you around first. The decor is simple and there's seating for customers on both sides of the counter. Here's the owner, Rhonda McDonald. The kitchen is ready to go. Let's go down to the subway and pick up Mr. Nice.
So I don't know if you guys heard, but he said he created all of the city so the cats can see what people do like on a day-to-day basis, so they can experience our day-to-day life, but them being cats. So they have a life-size train, and restaurants that the cats can attend to.
Welcome to Cat Town Station. Please allow cats to alight before boarding. Mr. Nice headed up to the restaurant but noticed Tutu hadn't arrived yet, so he ordered a combo meal and grabbed a seat. Not to be outdone by Mr. Nice's Cybertruck, Tutu showed up on his flashy new sports bike.
Yeah, but long story short, I saw that and I was like, man, that's freaking crazy that somebody's able to like take all this time out of their day to create this for.
And went straight to the burgers.
So to create this environment for cats, right? And I know before, and maybe this is one of the reasons why like they created social media and like, I guess, tackling people's attention span, right? Because I used to think outside of the box a lot more than I do now. And at times when I would hang out with friends and all that, we would talk about so many different theories out there. And one being that, imagine like an ant. Right here, we're seeing cats like living in this almost human-like environment. And now imagine what an ant experiences on a day-to-day life, right? They see, obviously the ants are tiny compared to us, and they might see us as freaking like giants, and for them they're like, oh man, there comes this giant, like everybody hide out. And but they have their own inner world where they live. Everybody has a job. At times, I don't know if you guys have seen, but when you drop a crumb, like one of the ants calls the rest of the ants, and they all go and pick up this crumb and they take it back into their, I guess, little habitat. And it's just their own freaking environment out there, tiny little environment for them, right? So now, but us human beings, in comparison to the universe, to the world, we're pretty much ants to a greater mysterious universe that we have no idea what we are part of, right? Similar to our cells in our bodies, every cell in our body has different functions that they must do on a day-to-day basis to keep us healthy. And one of the theories back in the days that I used to think about is like, what if we're part of this earth to create something that we do on a day-to-day basis without us even knowing? To create, maybe we're a cell, the earth is complete, it becomes a cell to a larger being like God, right? I used to think of this, right? Because at the end of the day, we're a speck in the universe. So I used to think of these different theories, and then some other people say that us, the human beings, we're pretty much a plague, right? Because we're destroying the earth, right? So much violence, so much like fires burning everywhere. They say that we're the ones that are pretty much like the plague, the cancer to this world. Who knows? That's just that's just old thoughts that I used to have, and now that with TikTok and Instagram, there's so many things that I haven't even like taken the time to think of because we're so consumed with just scrolling on our phones. But yeah, I have one last video that I'm gonna deep dive in and or react to, and then we'll call it a day. I don't know if who else is still on. But yeah, we'll leave it as that. The last video that I'm gonna be reacting to is um, it's very sad. This is once again we see videos on social media, and at times we don't know how factual any of these are. But apparently, from what I was reading online, is that these women are being forced to do TikTok lives 24 hours a day. So I don't know if you guys caught that, right? So right before this lady came back on, this her, I guess, colleague or friend or whatnot was looking at whatever was happening, and you can kind of hear some noises of possibly some sort of interaction happening, and she looks a little worried looking at her friend. And when she comes back, she's almost like touching on her shoulder, like if she was hurt. Check this out. Right there, she's touching her shoulder, like if she got hurt. Also, you can see the bruise in her eyes, or in her eye, and yeah, apparently these ladies are going live for 24 hours, and for some reason I don't see why your normal lady, why they would be doing TikTok live for 24 hours. It's just not your norm. So now thinking of that there's somebody behind this might be true. One thing I can see, they don't look happy doing any of this, by the way. Yeah, very sad. So many different things in the world that we don't even know that, or we wouldn't even consider of these things happening. But man, I really hope that that's not the case, and maybe they're just playing onto this act. But if it is happening, man, I hope whoever's behind that gets caught, because it's very unfortunate, especially if they're being hurt. With that being said, I don't know if anybody else has anything else in the comment section. I know this was Labor Day weekend. Everybody's out and about with the family. I'll continue doing these lives. I'm not sure if I'm going to be having a podcast this upcoming Wednesday. Hopefully, yes. I'm working behind the scenes to get more and more guests, but just documenting the road here. I think this is our 14th live. So if you look at it at the grand scheme of things later on in the future, 14th episode in, this is just the beginning for what's coming on, right? And that's why I can't take certain comments and being criticized by random people. Why? Because there's so many different things that I still need to learn how to perfect, how to like work things better. But this is just me documenting my progress, my current state of doing live streams, right? And eventually, with time, there's only progression from here, I hope. All right. Once again, my name is Angel Houseman. Till next time.